Okay, now that we've gotten our stuff done that we need to get handled, we can start to clean and get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's a muzzleloader season opening for Arkansas, and so I need to get my revolver that I shot this past weekend. Ta-da! Got to get it cleaned up and ready to go, so I'm going to show how I clean them, and you know, other people have other ways of doing it, etc. But that's just the way I do it. Oh, look at my dog, Dopey. Isn't that right, Dopey? Yes, yes, a good Dopey. Anyway, so this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. So, set him down right there. Okay. First things first is we need a little screwdriver, and we need a hammer, and there's a set screw on the side that we have to open up. Duke! Get over here! Just gotta go see the neighbors and such, don't you, puppy? Yeah. You good puppy dog. Alright. Set screws out. Then this little fella right here is spring loaded, this clip is. So I tap it out like so. Get my screwdriver. Come here. Sit. Down. Down. Stay. Nope. Down. Stay. Duke. Duke. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get out. I'll go ahead and tap it gently. There we go. Alright. So, that's out. Then this is the interesting part. You gotta take and turn that to where it's halfway between. Take our plunger here, set it on the middle of the cylinder, push it down, and out it comes. Easy as that. Ta-ta! And we'll get to all the rest of this here in a little while. First thing we have to do, hi. That'll be for reloading like we did before. Let's see here, that's the 54. We'll need that for reloading and that for reloading. Let's see here. I'm trying to find. There it is. Nipple wrench. That sounds funny, but the black powder guns have a nipple on them that you put the cap on to make the boom happen, and since I shot it, I have to clean up all my nipples. So, there we go. Now the way I do this one with the nipples is I get a little container, get super hot water in it, put Dawn dishwashing detergent in it, and then I just shake the heck out of it to get it started. And then I'll take a brass bristled brush or a light brush, either or, depending on how bad they are, after it to get them scrubbed up. Alright, now I have a set of pistol brushes as well as a set of rifle brushes. I'm going to be using just the pistol ones, obviously. And let's see here. I got to find the 45. What's that one? 45. Alright. Need that. That. Lay down. Lay down. Good boy. Down. Down. Oh, he's a good old pup for being... How old are you now? About 11, 12 years old? Yeah, don't shake your head at me. Okay. So, where am I? Here I am. So I'll get this together, and like that. That together like that. I know dogs end up being the star of the show, isn't he? Huh. Like that. Now, when I do my rifle, I'll take and run a couple of patches of this T17. Thompson Center makes this. Fantastic guns, Thompson Center. I suggest them up and down. Be it rifle or muzzleloader. My only problem with Thompson Center right now is that they don't make the kinds of bullets that I want to shoot. But we'll get to that later. Alright, there we go. I'll go over here in the garbage when I can reach it. Okay. These pads are saturated with a solvent that pulls all the black powder out of the gun, out of the cylinders. So slide that in there and swazzle it around a bit. And I only shot each one of these cylinders once, so they're really not that bad. And you can flip the patch over, seeing how it's two-sided, and run it like that. Yep. Alright, see that? So, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and run through the other four, and we'll be right back. Okay, after I get it swabbed out through the cylinders with medicated pad, whatever, take clean white ones, go in. Okay, got a little bit of junk on that one, so what we're going to do is we're going to take and set that in there and grab a hold of the stuff and swing it around a little bit. Get our junk out. Not bad. We'll do another one down that hole. Looking better. One more swing ought to do us. Good enough. It's just going to get powder put right back into it. So I'm going to finish that up with the other 5 cylinders, and we'll go on from there. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention: the center of the cylinder, this part right here, sometimes ends up getting junk in it from shooting. What we do then is we're going to take and run a patch, one of these solvent saturated patches, down through it. Want to make sure that everything is as devoid of black powder as we can. It promotes rust, is what it does, if it's not cleaned up. So there's that. And since I have this out, that'll be good for right now. So I have this out, we're going to go ahead and run down the barrel as well. This ought to be nasty. Yep, see? 6 shots of black powder. Of course, again, it's the Pyrodex stuff. It's not really black powder, but... And we're going to keep running patches down that one because it seems to be kind of dirty. Got there. I'm going to keep running these, and I think we're going to run one more patch of the solvent saturated ones down, front and back. Front, back. And we're going to try a dry one, see what happens with it. Not too bad at all. Another dry one. We got a little bit of surface rust, but this gun wasn't very well taken care of before I got a hold of it, so can't really fault that too much. Alright, now there's a little bit of scoring and scorch right here on the around the barrel, so we'll go ahead and hit that with the brass bristle brush real quick. Alright. That's really not that bad. Not that bad at all. Let's take and run one from the front rather from the breech end, see how that works. We're not pushing everything down towards the front. Get it out of the gun. There you go. Alright. Fantastic. Okay. See how that works. It works well. Alright. Okay. Next thing to do. Remember I said that got to clean the nipples. The way I do that, put them in a little container here and shake them up. And Dawn dishwashing detergent works best simply because of that whole catchphrase, Dawn takes grease out of your way. Well, it also works extremely well on getting junk off of black powder. And after I shoot my black powder rifle, hopefully at a deer this weekend, I will show how I clean my black powder rifle. So, we just take and run these through and try to scrub off any of the surface stuff. And we take this thing here called a nipple pick. Push the little wire out, slide it up in there, and just make sure that there's no obstructions going down the nipple. Alright. Great. Alright, I'll finish these up, show how to reassemble. Alright, got my nipples all cleaned and make sure that there are no obstructions in there. And just taking, slide them back in the cylinder. You don't have to put the force of God on these either, just get them snug. Yep, get in there. There we go. There we are. One more. There we go. Alright. Again, just snug. Let's see here. Alright, so they're in and they're snug. So, got to looking, and there's some carbon scoring up here around the hammer and up there on the brass. So, I'm going to take the, you know what, let's try this with this this easier brush. Good old Hops number 9 solvent, and that's not doing skadoosh. So, and we'll hang on a second. Need Brasso or something like that. I don't know how Brasso would work on black powder gun though. So we'll just stick with Hops number 9. I'm going to use the brass bristle brush. You use brass bristles because they don't damage or mar the gun while you're cleaning it. Won't scratch it. Okay, let's see. There we go, like that. Alright. Get one of our handy dandy little rags here. Oh, since we're here, we're going to go ahead and scrub down the bar there. A little bit down in there. Alright, there we go. And I got that there like that. Alright, now we're ready for reassembly. Put our cylinder on, like this. Has to be half cocked in order to do it, that way the cylinder can slide on. Take the barrel, put it in the middle right there. Gently push it together. Take our little spring-loaded clip here. Start tapping. Get about halfway. And what I found I've had to do with this particular pistol, I don't know if anybody else has that same issue, but I have to actually put the screw back in and then finish tapping it through because I can't get the spring thing to sit down for enough. So I'll take and screw that in. Alright. I'll finish tapping that through. Alright. Now back to where we started. Beautiful. Alright. Now, I've already did a video to show how to load one of these. So I'm going to go ahead and get it loaded real quick, and then we'll get the rifle loaded for tomorrow. Can't wait. It's going to be great. Get out in the woods. Or it's just me, my thoughts, and God. I love it. Anyway. Alright. Get this loaded, and then we'll get the rifle loaded. So. Alright, I got the revolver all loaded, and I'm going to end up capping it here before I put it back in the holster. But before, when I was loading the rifle, when I was loading the pistol, I said that there was a difference between the powders. As you can see here, this is the pistol powder, and it's really fine granulated. And this right here is the rifle and shotgun powder, and it's a little bit more coarse. Both of them flash. The only difference is, as I said, this one is finer grit than this one is. So they'll both go poof, just, you know, with a little bit of help. I think, I don't understand, I don't know for sure why, but I think the revolver, the pistol black powder has to be finer because it has a smaller area to combust in. I think that's what the difference on that is. So, yeah, but that's the difference between the two. Okay, now it's time for the rifle. They actually have funnels that go on these flasks, these powder flasks, to get the powder out of the 1 pound bag in there. That way you don't have to try to measure out grains. But I don't have one, so instead I just use a piece of paper. Ta-ta! Homemade funnel. Alright, so loading a black powder rifle is very similar to loading a black powder revolver. Only difference is the amount of grains you're using and the size of the bullet and the way you seat the bullet. That's what I got here. Okay. Now, for the black powder gun that I'm using, 85 grains is all you need. Remember, it was like close to 25 in the revolver. In this, it's 85. It has a bigger projectile to push and further to push. So, over 85 grains, and you're taking a heck of a shot there. Let me go get this real quick. This is a 54 caliber Thompson Center Renegade. Fantastic gun. I love this gun. I've harvested many a deer with this. It used to be my father-in-law's, and he harvested many a deer with this. So we are going to get things set up and go from there. Oh, the bullets. I made mention of the bullets before. Thompson Center used to make what's called maxi balls and maxi hunters for the 54 caliber. They don't anymore. I don't know whether they're trying to push everything back down to 50 cal or what. Make everything more put together. I don't know. I have no idea. But I had to get these Hornady Great Plains bullets, and they are 425 grain of lead. So to load the black powder rifle, it's pretty much the same situation. Take it, fill up the measure. 85. Ooh, dadgum. That's not good. Make sure I wash the table down before I do anything else. Once I get everything all cleaned up. Alright. 85 grains. Oh, you know what we needed to do first? I'm going to tuck this in here like this. Try to keep that upright. First thing we need to do is we need to take and make sure there's no obstructions. Clear the barrel and make sure that nothing's made a home or nothing in it. I know that there hasn't, but it's still just a safe thing to do. Take our little plunger machine here. Screw that on. That's both a cleaner and a set. Well, not really a set, but let's see what this looks like. Oh, and if the I'll show you the difference, but this right here is where the push bar stops. The ramrod stops when it's empty. I'll show you where it stops when it's full. That bore butter did its job. Okay, now we're ready to go here. Again, 85 grains. Pour it down the hole, like so. Now, that's where the fun starts. Take your bullet, set it in the top, take your starter and you want to press down. You got to tap it a couple of times to get it started. Then take and push down like this to get it continued. And take that end, put it in, and push it down. Go ahead and take my cleaning jag off, is what that's called. Okay, I remember before we had the load in, it was all up to here. Now it's down to here. And I always tap it 6 times. There we go. Put that on there like that. And now we are ready to go. All we need is just a cap, which isn't going to go on until tomorrow. And then we're ready to rumble. It's good stuff. Alright. Oh. One thing that I like to do, I have six quick shots. These are quick loads. You take and put the bullet in this bottom end. You take and put your 85 grains in the top, and then you don't have to sit there and measure it when you're out in the field or anything. All you got to do is just pour in your grains, pop off the bottom, get it started with the starter, and finish plunging it, and you're ready to go again. Takes a little while to learn how to get decent at it, but Possibles bag. Reason why it's called a possibles bag is because anything you could possibly need is in the bag. Possibles bag. So that'll be going out with us too. That way, just in case I need to have my plunger or anything like that handy with me, it'll be ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these loaded up and get them packed up and get ready to go. Now, a lot of people prefer to use those inline muzzle loaders now, and I can understand why. You don't have to worry about the powder and all that kind of stuff and the little caps and that. But for me personally, I love the boom of the black powder. I love the smell of the actual black powder and not just the other. And cap and ball. It's not like it's more primitive, but it is. It doesn't mean to be primitive, but that's just how it ends up and presents itself. So I kind of like that. Right there. Okay. Now we're going to the only reason why I'm capping it now is because I don't want to do it in the dark tomorrow morning. I'm not going to have the benefit of the shop lights to see how to cap this tomorrow. So, works easier if I just do this here. Number 4. Oop. Cap got a little askewed. Alright. Well, I don't know what that was, but it's kind of freaky. Be sitting here working with a firearm and have something go bang back behind me. Alright, there we go. Alright. I'm going to take and put this little dude here in the down like that. Lock it in. There you go. Okay. Now, We're going to go ahead and fill the capper back up. That way we have a full capper. Oh, and I want to show you something when I get through with this. But one thing about these old cap and balls, at least the one I have. Some of them are like this, some of them aren't. But I still really, really like my 54. Alright. Now, what I want to show you here is what's called the set trigger. There's two triggers on here. That doesn't mean that there's two hammers. There's just one hammer. That right there is half cock. If you ever heard that slogan or that old saying, "Don't go off half cocked," that's what it's talking about. And that's full cock. And what you want to do, there's no cap on that, by the way, so I know this thing ain't gonna go boom. This is the set trigger. You take and set it like that, and then that turns this front trigger into literally a hair trigger. Strap a hair right across it, boom, gone. Oh, damn it. I was not meaning to do that, but, so, yeah, didn't go boom, no cap. Didn't want to do that, though, but when I'm out in the woods hunting, I'll go ahead and set it to half cock, set the trigger, and that way all I have to do when I see something, set it back like that, take aim and fire. A friend of mine, I tried to explain to him that this was a hair trigger, and he just didn't understand. He didn't understand, didn't believe whatever until he was holding the gun, pointing down range, and he just barely touched the thing. And I was trying to tell him how to sight it. Gun went off, scared the heck out of him. It was actually kind of funny. But so we're gonna get these cased up, locked up, and in the truck. And we're going to get our bin with our hunting equipment, backpack, all that kind of stuff. Get it set up in there. And got to wash a load of clothes for tomorrow. Got to wash it in the Hunter Specialty Scent-Away Dirt Soap. Works great. And get everything all lined up and get this cleaned up and get ready to go. Oh, by the way, alright, there's what those quick loads look like. And I just carry those in the possibles bag. And I got, what, 6 shots. Gotta remember to take the capper too. But yeah, good stuff. Anyway, gonna get packed up and cleaned up and get things around to get going.